This is a short introduction video to basic use of AFL FOCIS Flex inspection device. First of all, this is what our power adapter or charger looks like. It's got a replaceable 3-pin UK style plug which simply clips in, and it will have a barrel connector which goes into the bottom of the device for charging. I will now insert the charge, and when we see a red light, that means the device is charging. Whilst charging, you can still use the device. When the battery is full, the LED will turn green. There is also a USB port for exporting saved results. The power button is here and your capture button is on the right hand side. These 6 keys will be used for navigation, pass-fail rule selection and image scrolling through various images. We have a dust cap and we have a bare snout to which we will fit adapters at a later stage. Instant power on. If we go there, we will see the menu. Under settings, we will select capture. So whenever you see a right arrow, you can either go select or the right arrow. I want you to work in autofocus active, not deactive or deactivated. We will go to pass fail. We can see the current rule which is selected here. If we would like to change the rule, you will always be working in IEC. There are several options. The first one is a UPC. If we want to select that, we use that. UPC is your blue connectors, APC is your green connectors. So if we wanted to use that, we simply press, and now that is the selected menu or pass-fail rule. The rest of the menus you can navigate yourself and play around. I would recommend keeping your zoom on, not off. It simply doesn't make a big difference. It's the way we see the ferrule on first glance. That's the first part of the FOCIS Flex. Second part is fitting adapters. You've got about 11 adapters, but I'll concentrate on only 5. We have an SC APC, which is green, bulkhead, or connector. This is simply a coupler. When inspecting bulkheads, we will use the ASC adapter with a green ring. And you will see that there is a circular dot which will fit onto the key. Obviously, we will fit this to our probe, IDBA. So simply hold it in place and fix the fastening nut. This will go into the bulkhead, and all you have to do is press capture. Obviously this will fail because that connector is dirty. Alright, we will do this with a different connector in a minute as well. What we can see here is a result. Obviously it's a fail. This is our smallest zoom level. We can now increase the zoom by using the left or the right arrow. If we go right arrow, we zoom 1 time. We go right arrow, we can even magnify further into the 125 micron zones A and B area. We can also remove what is referred to as the overlay, or these circles and the events, by pressing the down arrow. There we can see the overlay, there we can see the image, and there we can see the overlay and image combined by pressing the down arrow. If I go right, I zoom. If I go down or up, I move between overlay image, the mix of that. This helps to identify or make sure that the device actually detected all the events. So if we look at that, we can see quite a large number of events there. The next step, if we wanted to inspect an APC connector, we have two options. Either you can use a coupler simply onto your patch cord, do that and use that bulkhead adapter, or you will need an APC, the A2.5 adapter, which should be in your box. You will also be using that on your OptiTap drop cable to go in there to inspect that one. Okay, we'll do a quick one on that to inspect the drop cable or your OptiTap patch lead. Because the OptiTap is an APC patch lead, we must be mindful of the angle, 8 degrees. So what we will do is we'll rotate this until we see a nice bright image where the ferrule. We'll press capture and it will auto center. So the fact that it was off center when we started does not matter. When we look at that, that's zoom level 1, or out fully zoomed out. That's partially zoomed in, and that's fully zoomed in. There's loads of events detected. It's actually an uneven polish on that end face. We are detecting pitting of the ferrule in this case. That is this one. So changing the adapter, what we will do is we will simply hold the adapter and loosen the fastening ring. Take that off. Now we will do, this is what we refer to as the OTA. You should have OTA v3s. There is a key, and we will explain what the key means. This will fit on, and we will fix the adapter to the probe. The OTA is used for your Corning OptiSheath multi-ports. Doesn't matter how many there are. 12, 8, 6. This is a 4-port. You call these CBTs. The key goes into the connectorized block on the cut edge. So if you just look at that, it will go in like so, and you will see that the OTA has got multiple cuts. Your probes don't have the key yet, but the new probes will, and the OTA can be rotated to meet a angular need. And you will, now this is difficult with a video, but we'll stick it in. There we go. Acquire the image, press capture, autofocus, capture, pass fail. And if you want to interrogate a little bit, we will go, that's zoom level 1, zoom level 2. I like taking off the image to see the overlay, join them up, zoom level 3. So that was a good one. If we have to save this, we can set that to autosave or manual save. We'll go to the menu bar, and there you can see save, and this will be the location. If you need to change the job, this is called SEAPC with a 150520, so that's the date that I've put in there. I'll say OK. There's a cable end. I've called this CVT 000 on this particular case, and the far end is the customer, and the cable, we can name a cable. Keep your pairing modes to none and none for now, and we can change the fiber number. And I would recommend that you as a team decide your filing conventions if you're going to save them, because that will make meaningful results for later. And all we do is we press save, and that saves the result. Now every time we press save, it will increment that fiber count. So imagine a 12-port CBT, we could save it as cable CBT1, because you are aiming to do 350 CBTs, or you could even name it in the job. You could call it a CBT name, and you're going to have fiber 1, port 1, fiber 2, port 2, fiber 3, port 3, and so forth. So we've done saving, we've done fitting the adapters, and be mindful of which adapter goes on where. UPC adapters are blue, these are UPC adapters, so for blue connectors, blue adapters, green connectors, green adapters. OTA for the CBT, or even your, I don't believe you call it a squid or octopus. So if we look at that, there's the squid. That one will fail because it is dirty. Okay, it's just my illumination of the screens here, or my videos. There we can see, we can take the overlay away. There's the ferrule, there's the dirt. It's very little in the core, but we do have some zone B failures in this, well, zone D failures and B failures in this case. Right, okay, charge it. Be mindful not to over tighten the fastening ring. Capture button. Do not use any wet cleaning product on what is referred to as the snout. This is a lensed adapter. Try not to put your finger, as I do, on it. If you do have to clean it, use a dry, lint-free cotton bud swab. The same goes for this. This is a lensed adapter to help with inspection of the CBTs. Try to keep this as protected as possible at all times when not in use. In other words, cap it, put it in a plastic bag so that we don't get dust particles falling in that backside, because it's going to be very hard to remove. I think that's it.